All right. Okay, so we're gonna do this third bar here, and I'm gonna just take a load off my mind and actually set up a metronome here, which make things a bit easier for me. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna rhythm count this bar a couple of times. Then we'll have a chance to play on the open string, and we'll be able to think about our emphasis with that, which is quite important for this piece. Okay, so I'm gonna start at 50 BPM. Ready? So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So something I'd just like to mention at this stage, because it does need to be thought about at this stage, is this slur here. Okay, we're going to factor this in to our playing on the open strings because otherwise it will be difficult to add it later on. So as we play open strings, open D, we're going to just forget about this and. So we're just going to be playing 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we can also try this technique, which is swelling. So we're going to try and break the up bow into two sections like this. Okay, so that's basically, we're doing that with the bow so that we remember that we're slurring on that up bow. So let me just play to you the whole bar. It would sound like this. 1, 2, up, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, swell. 1, 2, swell, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, swell, 3, and 4, and. Okay, you might find that a bit tricky, so don't worry if you do, just do an up bow, just treat it as two crotchets, but if you can do that, then try that as well. So let's try this together now. Ready? I'm going to slow it down just a shade, it's a little bit quick. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, swell, up, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, up, 3, and 4, and 1, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, all right with that? So now we're going to just add in strings. So for once we're actually going to be starting here on the A string and then working our way over to the D string. So I'm not actually gonna play it right in that second A note because again we're thinking about the slurring. So you've got 2 long and then 4 short. 2 long A's then 4 short. So I'm gonna slow this down just a shade more. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. 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 'Okay, so we're going to add some fingering in now. So let's do that. So we're starting on this high third finger. That's a high D. And oh, sorry about that. Okay. So 3, and then this is a tricky little thing because we're slurring over onto that that D string. So apologies, I've actually just played that. I've taken you through that the wrong way. So you're actually that in that slur, you're moving over onto the other string. Didn't see that with my poor eyesight, but let's just practice that on the open strings. So it's going to be A, D, like that. 3 and 4. So A, then A to D. A, D, D. 3 again. 3, 4, and 3 and 4 and to get that nice clean slur, it's really important to get that angle as quick as you can. Don't roll over onto the D. Try and move your arm up quickly over onto that D, but leaving the weight of the bow on the violin as well. That's really hard to do. Okay, let's try that again. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and great. Apologies for messing that up, because that was a really good opportunity for you to practice that. That's something that people really struggle with. Alright, so we're going to just now add the fingering in. So this is going to be quite tricky. Try and block, so start with all 3 fingers down. And when you move over that D string, it will be difficult to include it with the slur, but once you've got the slur under control, try and block with that 3rd finger on the D string, okay? Because you're then just peeling off your fingers rather than having to place them after and lifting them, yeah? So let's try this from the top. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and I'm going to just turn the metronome off so we can go a little bit slower. So 3, 4 and up, up. 3 and 4 and 1. Up, up. 3 and 4 and 1. Up, up. 3 and 4 and 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 okay, how's that feeling? All right, not too bad? Yeah? Let's try this with the metronome now. So now we're going to be rigid time. So it'd be 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and okay, cool. So this is our weakest link. So we're going to play the whole thing, everything we've got so far, at that speed. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, all together at that speed, because we know that we can accomplish that at that speed. The other stuff will be a bit easier, but that's your time to think about emphasis. Okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Okay, so hopefully that's sounding